Good morning, moms in real estate. Welcome to a special pop-up masterclass here where we are so excited to have our partners Coffee and Contracts here. If you don't know about Coffee and Contracts, I honestly don't know where you've been or what you've been doing. I have been using this amazing company for, gosh, probably 5 years, I feel like. They came out to one of our first conferences, Kristen, probably like 3 or 4 years ago. And they just change how you can show up online. And they really take, showing up as a real estate agent online from being overwhelming to just being so simple, and also a way that you can make it personal. And I'm so excited. Today we have Alyssa from Coffee and Contracts with us. And I also just found out before we went live that you have something special just for our moms, right, Alyssa?
Yes, can't wait to
Yay.
share.
Can you tell us first a little bit about yourself? We want to know a little bit about you, and then will you tell us what you have going for us today?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have been a real estate agent myself. I've been in the business for almost 7 years. I built my business exclusively through social media and digital marketing. Prior to entering real estate, I have a marketing background. So it naturally became my favorite part of the job. And fast forward, I recently joined the Coffee and Contracts team as our head of member education and strategy. So I work behind the scenes on some of our strategy and content, and then I work forward facing on all of our educational programming. And we just released a ton of new trainings within our membership.
Oh my goodness. I love that. And I could tell them, Kristen, could you tell the marketing background when she tagged us yesterday? And then I was in your stories, Alyssa, and I was like, oh, the aesthetic was just beautiful. So
it's so good.
Thank you.
I love the aesthetic of everything. Like every time I go into Coffee and Contracts, I'm like, this is so easy. All I have to do is literally move a photo in here and like change a couple words.
Well, and there's just, it has really evolved from, I remember years ago when it was like more of a templated access resource to partnering with a marketing company, which obviously we know there's so much more that goes into marketing than aesthetics, right? And we understand that. And really, like, if you just get in there and you tap into your resources, then you have that whole marketing company alongside you. So I love that. So we're gonna just add to are you ready for us to add your slides here?
Yeah, we're ready to go. We're ready to roll. And I'll talk a little bit more about the membership and all the things we do. So we'll dive right in.
And we have comments coming in on several of our platforms already. So everybody's excited for this. So good morning, ladies. And also throughout, we're going to be dropping the link. So if you have not signed up with Coffee and Contracts through Moms in Real Estate, you get a special promo, and she's going to have some other exclusive goods for you. So you will want to make sure to sign up today. So I'm going to add your slides, Alyssa, and you are going to be good to go.
Awesome. Well, I am so excited to be here. For one, you guys are my people. I'm also a mom in real estate. I have 2 little ones, and I have loved and used this group as a resource myself for years. So it's super exciting to be here to share a resource with you guys. So today we're going to talk about lead magnets that actually grow your database. And it really is the perfect form of marketing for moms. Life is super full right now. It's like the end of the year, the hustle and bustle is crazy. We have school events, holiday plans. There's just so much happening. And as a real estate agent, we all know that you can't let the marketing fall by the wayside. What you do today affects your future business for months to come. So the goal today is to help make your marketing feel lighter and not louder. So Coffee and Contracts helps real estate agents turn social media into a steady source of leads through a few different things. Content, we develop ready-to-use posts, we provide templates, we share weekly trends, we cover everything from exactly what the hook should be. We've written the captions for you, we've determined the trending audios, all the things to make you successful with the algorithm on social media. However, we teach you how to build this into your personal brand so you don't look like everybody else online. We also offer coaching, we have trainings and live calls, and they're all designed to to meet you exactly where you are in your business, in your marketing process. So whether you are brand new to real estate, you're brand new to marketing on social media, or you've been at it for a minute and you're looking for more support from people who are exactly where you are, we offer it. We also have a great community. And if you're here, I know that you probably really love to be surrounded by community. And I would say our communities are very similar in that way, but we're niche down in the marketing side. And we have thousands of agents who are learning, growing, and winning together. So with us, you get simple systems, seasonal tools, and ongoing support. And the whole key is without overwhelm. So in today's call, we're going to talk about what lead magnets actually do, how they grow your database, why seasonal guides convert, how to use this year's holiday guide, which is an exclusive resource we are giving to the Moms in Real Estate community. And then we're going to talk about simple posting and delivery steps, and we'll have some time for questions at the end. So first, I love to just kind of get like a temperature of the room with whatever it is that we're talking about. And today happens to be lead magnets. So I would love to know if anybody could share or drop in the chats. And Randy, maybe you can loop me in on what people are saying because I can't see. But I would love to know, what is your experience with lead magnets? Are you new to them? Do you kind of know what they are? Do you know the basics? Or are you currently using them or have in the past?
I can be your audience until somebody else comes on.
Okay, perfect.
All right. I have used them before.
And how did that work for you?
I love them. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like the only reason I don't do them more is just busy, but they work fantastic.
Yeah, I love them because it's a way to like provide value and insight before people really get to know you. But on the system side, it's like such an optimized way to market because it's sort of like set it and forget it if you do it right. And it just is constantly bringing in new people into your world. So that's
Well,
really
Alyssa, I will let you know that while Kristen is ahead of the curve, we have loads of comments on the stream and even on YouTube coming in saying like new to them, new to them, new to them.
Okay,
So
good.
we have lots and lots of people that are new to the lead magnets.
I love to see it, and we're going to break down exactly what it is. So if this is a foreign language to you, we're going to break it down so you fully understand what it is, how it works, and how it can help you. So a lead magnet is a valuable free resource that gives someone a reason to join your world. So it moves people from just like, I follow you on Instagram, to I am now connected to you. I know all the things that are happening in your world. So in basic terms, how it really works is you share a valuable resource in exchange for their email address. And what you do from there is get to nurture them in your world through more email content and other things that we're going to talk about. So this is why lead magnets matter. Social media builds visibility, lead magnets capture it. So your database nurtures it into actual clients, and this is where your long-term business grows. So that's the formula. We attract new leads on social media, but the lead magnets are doing the work for us to capture their information and get them into our database. And then how we nurture them is what turns them into clients. Make sense? The algorithm can't touch this. So owning your database, meaning not just having followers on your social media accounts, but actually having contact information of people in your database, means that you're not at the mercy of reach. You can stay top of mind with 100% deliverability, so no algorithm involved. And for those of you who are new, what that means is that when you're on Instagram, for example, only a small percentage of your followers are actually seeing all of your content that you're putting out there. But if you have an email address and you get to send out an email to your database, everyone in your database pretty much is receiving that communication from you. So you get to create the conversations and you get to continually build and compound on that trust all year long. And your list really becomes the core of your business. And they are perfect for busy seasons and busy moms. So lead magnets work quietly in the background. They are one and done to build. So once you create this resource and we give you the template and do most of the heavy lifting for you, you need to just go in and customize the information, make it match your branding, and make it relevant to your area. Then once you set it up, it's really a consistent automated promotion and really helps you create leverage inside your business. And if you are busy mom, leverage is key. So even on those days you're juggling kids, clients, life, it's really all about consistency without that constant effort that can tend to lead us to burnout. So here is your two lead magnet strategy. I want you to think about this as like a two-prong approach. Every agent needs one signature lead magnet. So I'm going to back up. That would look something like a sold playbook, like so your seller's guide or the buying and selling playbook. Maybe it's a local guide to your city or neighborhood, something that anchors like the general population of your ideal client. Then a seasonal lead magnet is what's constantly capturing new interest. So that would be something like the holiday guide, which we're going to break down today, or we have a spring guide, a summer guide, something timely and seasonal. And together they create stability and momentum. So breaking this down even further, a signature lead magnet could be any of these things, and we do have all of them within our membership. There's a buyer guide, seller guide, a relocation guide, if that's really your bread and butter, living in your city guide, neighborhood spotlight, first time buyer roadmap. So you pick one, you promote it all year, and you really make this the focus and part of your ecosystem that is consistently drawing in who you generally like to serve or desire to serve. Then this is why a seasonal lead magnet converts really well. So when you can promote something seasonal, it has a sense of urgency. It really represents the local lifestyle. It has high shareability. It generates curiosity, and it's relatable because it's like local pride. People definitely love where they live. They want to celebrate the seasons. They want to do all of the seasonal things. So they feel really relevant today, which is what translates to faster action and more signups. So seasonal guides are like that instant yes energy, and seasonal content is an easy yes. It feels fun, it feels helpful, it feels timely, it feels personal, it feels like something that they're actually going to use. So people don't overthink downloading it, they want it right away. And part of the reason is because it's not real estate related, it's timely to a broader audience. And what's great about that is we get to cast this broader net on our community as a whole. So it's not just people who are raising their hands right now saying, I'm ready to buy or sell. But guess what? If you continue to market to them and to nurture them in the long run, they eventually will likely need to buy or sell, or they turn into referrals. So let's go over the Coffee and Contract seasonal system, and our members get ready to use seasonal guides every year, and each one is built to spark conversations, grow your list, and boost visibility without extra effort. So just to show you guys like how well these work, here is what agents are seeing using our lead magnets. So one, they get very high DM engagement. They get multiple warm conversations started instantly. They have consistent local visibility, and they have repeat use year after year. So it's one simple resource that generates real results on an ongoing basis. So these are just a couple of comments. Just want to share my holiday guide stats. This might be my best engagement I've had in years. Posted on Wednesday, still counting, got 60 plus email list subscribers and 90 followers. This was someone just last week. I work less than 10 hours a week and consistently get leads. And I know it's 100% Coffee and Contracts lead magnets and posts. Thank you so much for connecting me with Coffee and Contracts. I just had a buyer call today up to 1.2 million, and she loved my relocation guide and she is signing with me. I've also already sent it to 3 other clients that have or will be signing with me, and they've all expressed how happy they are with me sending that over. So you guys, these really do work. We have tons and tons and tons of members who are constantly shouting from the rooftops how well these work for them. So for today, as your bonus, you're going to get the full holiday guide as being a part of this community. So we're going to walk through exactly how you can use it for maximum impact. And it's only November 18th as this is recorded live. So you have plenty of time to build this out and see some real results with it this holiday season. So inside the guide, there is a curated list of local holiday favorites. There are gift ideas, events and activities. There are kid-friendly picks. There's food and drink spots, cozy seasonal experiences, plus plug and play graphics that you can use immediately. So we even do the work of the graphics. You don't have to do a ton. If you want to personalize it, obviously with like your brand colors and your headshot, or maybe you have some holiday photos or specific event photos of things happening around town that you want to plug in. But we really package up this guide so it looks nice, low lift for you, and ready to deliver. So the holiday guide truly works as we just talked about. High saves, opens DM conversations. So people generally raise their hand through a comment or they DM you for it. They see it on your stories and you get to start talking with people as a result of that and start real personal local conversations. Very high shares, which is really important, especially on Instagram. The algorithm is prioritizing more shareable content. It's not just about likes and comments. They actually want to see that this content is being distributed to other users, which makes the algorithm pick it up and show it to more people. It definitely helps you grow your list. You really get to put yourself as an authority or a local expert because it shows off your local expertise. You're the one who's in the know. And it really positions you as the go-to in your area, like as someone who has so much knowledge in the community without hard selling yourself or being noisy about being a realtor. So super small lift, very big payoff. And this is how it works start to finish. So once you have completed customizing your guide, you're going to promote it through posts, through reels, through stories, local Facebook groups when allowed. Facebook groups have different rules, so make sure that you're being mindful of what's considered promotion. Some groups even offer you a small fee to advertise locally. Highly suggest doing that. I personally have used seasonal guides and gotten tons and tons of people, especially through Facebook groups. You want to share your landing page link to deliver it. So we love Flowdesk to do this, which is an email platform you can sign up for, and it sends beautiful emails. You can segment your list really nicely, but you can take this lead magnet and you can basically create a landing page where people can enter in their email address, click download, and then it sends them the guide. In addition to that, you can also send timely follow-up emails once you've delivered the guide and put them on your general newsletter list. So the visitor enters their email, they've opted in, they access the downloadable guide instantly, and then your database continues to grow with every download. So as you can see, this is really a one-time setup and going to get you ongoing results. So why this system works: it is automated, it is easy to follow, and it is built to repeat, so you never have to start from zero. It blends with your existing content and continues working behind the scenes after your post goes live. And so just to give you guys like a few different ways that you could promote this on your social media, I highly recommend sharing it as much as possible and keeping it very visible. So that would be showing up on stories weekly, giving a teaser. Maybe you're showing one thing inside of the guide. Maybe you're doing a poll of an engagement poll of, local holiday activities. If you want to see more, download my guide and you can link it there, like use the sticker link to link it to your landing page. Definitely capturing local B-roll so that you can create reels. So if you have any footage from holidays in your area last year, you can totally reuse that. You can also actually get out in the community and capture footage and share a B-roll reel. Invite people to see more inside the holiday guide. They can comment holiday, and you can actually set up an automation through a tool that we also love to use called ManyChat, or you could do it manually as well. But the whole point is that we want to make it really easy for people to grab the guide and make it just that easy. Yes, they don't have to think about it. So instead of like DM me for the guide, we want to say comment holiday, and then we can manually send it to them. Or if we really want to optimize the process, create that automation with a tool like ManyChat, and it'll automatically DM them the link to the landing page. You also want to make sure you have this heavily visible in your link in bio, just in case someone comes across your profile, they're looking around, they're clicking on your link in bio, they see it there. That's a great way to capture leads. And you want to have your regular lead magnet in there as well all year long. And then again, I mentioned local Facebook groups with permission. Make sure you're emailing your current list, the version of the guide. And then, yeah, visibility compounds quickly if you do all these steps and do them very, very consistently. So here's a little breakdown of what you could say on stories, and you can make this very casual. Again, the whole idea is that we are organically attracting local people into our world. We are not hard selling them on anything. So it's really simple. You just say, I'm putting together a free local holiday guide for families in whatever city you're in or area. If you want a copy, drop holiday and I'll send it to you. Super short, very human, very effective. I also really love to do polls and sticker questions and things like that to boost engagement. I find that that helps really tick up my story views, so they're getting shown to more people. And then sometimes it's really fun because when someone votes on a poll, like a specific answer, it can almost be like an indicator or a way to start a personalized conversation with them. And a lot of people feel like social is just about posting and having the right content that goes viral. We don't really have that take on things at Coffee and Contracts. We have many members who have like local virality and even beyond. They have a lot of success with our posts. But social is very much like a two-way street where you want to actually engage with people as well and have real meaningful conversations, because that's how you build relationships. It doesn't matter how many followers you have. In our industry, we really have a leg up when it comes to social media because all it takes is one person, like the right person. So I really love to focus on that mindset. So if like you're brand new or you're still growing your following, these are the types of things that are perfect for you, because the whole goal for you is not to have tons and tons of views on your content from day one. It's to build those really meaningful one-on-one relationships. And one of the best ways to do that is honestly through stories. So moving on, simple delivery options. Again, I'm just reiterating these things so that we really make sure that everyone understands how they work, especially if you're new. I know sometimes the setup of a lead magnet, we can get caught up in the minutia of the setup and overcomplicate it, but it really is simple. You're just going to create this landing page. It looks like this. So you're going to put your holiday guide, what's inside of it, in a box for their email. And Flowdesk sets all of this up for you. It's really super plug and play. And then you're going to DM deliver it, whether you're doing it automated with ManyChat or you're just manually DMing the link. That's fine too. Quick hack, save your Flowdesk link inside of your Notes app on your phone. So whenever you're doing engagement or you're responding to comments or messages, you have it ready to go. And I definitely recommend like pasting a personalized message in there as well. Like, let me know what your favorite thing is, or I'd love to hear if you go to any of these events, or I'll personally be at this event. I would love to meet up with you. Different conversation starters like that. But again, both options totally work, whatever fits your season or even your budget or how much you want to get into the setup. So the real conversation happens after the download. So it's great that we're gathering emails, but the email isn't really like, it's not about the instant win. It's actually about what you do next that turns a cold contact into a warm lead. So local leads like this in your database convert really well because they live in your market. They continually save and share your content. They stick around even when they aren't ready now. And they remember you when you're consistent. And they also send referrals. Huge proponent of email marketing. I really built a lot of business off of a strong email marketing strategy. So like first attracting those people on social media, then moving them over to email and getting really personalized about my community in the email, really focused on showing up with continuous value that isn't all about selling real estate, like local value. So they really got to know me and I got to stay in front of them consistently. And it's so surprising how many people, like before they even worked with me, would send me a friend because they were on my email list before they ever worked or did a transaction with me. So it's really a great way to build your credibility and your reputation locally. And you want to continually stay top of mind. These are some of the things that you can do. Sending simple, value-driven emails. Consider sharing one local tip or one local event each week. Something that worked really well for me is I would do like an events weekend roundup, and just every weekend, every Friday, I would send out like 3 things going on that weekend in town. And then sometimes, like if I had an open house, I would add that as like a 4th thing to do, and say, I'm going to have a wine tasting or something like that with it. And then being very warm and conversational, like emails should feel very personally written to them. And then, like I said earlier, stories are gold. Like, do not sleep on stories. It is a great way to personally connect. So, like email stories, those more like intimate spaces are a great place to build those relationships and develop connection with people. Whereas, like your posts and things like that are what's gathering reach and just putting more eyes on your content. So, hopefully, the difference in how you use them makes sense. And then again, just like really keeping your presence human, not salesy. Let the resource, like the value and the lead magnet, bring them in, and your nurturing is what turns them into clients. Like just being yourself and providing value. So this is your action plan. You're going to pick your signature lead magnet. You're going to, which in this case, what you guys are getting is the holiday guide. You're going to promote it weekly. You're going to collect those contacts through your landing page, and then you're going to stay consistent with light but ongoing nurturing. So again, those simple steps lead to very sustainable growth. And if you're ready for the easy button, inside our full membership at Coffee and Contracts, we have weekly trending audio tailored for agents, plug and play post templates, seasonal guides for every part of the year, trainings for all stages of marketing confidence, a supportive community of agents showing up and winning together. And the same system that you learned today, we even have like the exact email templates, like completely broken down step by step, so you don't have to DIY it, to go ahead and plug in, as well as like tutorials and things like that. And you deserve a business that grows even when life is full. And I know it personally, when you are a busy mom in real estate, it's a lot. Highly, highly recommend leveraging lead magnets. They really make that possible. So hopefully you guys are feeling more confident with this strategy. I would love to answer any questions on how we could help. If you have any questions, especially if you're new or maybe you've tried this and you have some sticky points, feel free to ask away.
I love all of this.
Yes, I do too. And I also, Alyssa, just total confession time. I've had it for years, and then like you don't get in there. We're guilty, just like all agents. Like we don't fully use our tools, and then every time I'm like, why do I not just make my life easier? But we have a good handful of questions, so I'll just kind of randomly pick a few.
Yeah.
So one of the questions was, what's the best way to actually get email opt-ins and not just the likes or the engagements?
Yeah, so definitely like in the posts that you're creating, always have a CTA or a call to action. That's what CTA stands for. So what that means is you're going to direct them to exactly what you want them to do. You're going to say, hey, if you want to see more local events, comment holiday, and I will DM you the link to my free guide. So you just always want to invite them to download it with a call to action.
Perfect. Okay. And I'm going to go to this one real quick. So what do you use for email campaigns? I use Loft. Maybe they mean Lofty, but for my CRM. But I didn't know if there was another platform that allows you to plug and play in everything in and send it for you.
Yeah, so you really could use any email system that you want. You definitely could use Lofty. You want to make sure that it has good deliverability. And part of that is, and I know this with Lofty personally, you want to make sure like your email is verified and you're using a business domain, not like a Gmail. That definitely helps with deliverability. So that's one thing that's important. You want people actually receiving your email. But in terms of like making it easy to set up and consistently send, you could use Lofty. We mentioned Flowdesk in this training. It's something that we really like using because it creates very aesthetic emails very easily. So it's kind of like a template builder. And inside our membership, we create like the email templates every month for our users or for our members. But you can totally build them yourself in a DIY approach. But one of the reasons I like Flowdesk is the important side that people often ignore, the nerdy side of the analytics. That's what's so important, because you can see, like, you can send emails by segment, but also you can see the data on like who's opening your emails, who's clicking on what. And that's very important. As a marketer, you want to make sure that you're getting a good open rate of your emails, that people want to open your content, that they're clicking things, that they're engaged with what you're sending. It's very telling of like your strategy and your content in and of itself. But also, I love that because I would look at like who's consistently clicking on my emails every week, and that might be someone I've never had a personal conversation with, that I might think to do some personal outreach and follow up, because I can see, oh, this person's like really engaged with my content and we've never spoken. So I'm going to send them a nice, friendly, like personal note and see what's up with them. So I feel like that's a good strategy too. So having an email platform that gives you good insights and deliverability are probably the top two most important things, with design being the third, in my opinion.
I have two questions for you. One, did you say that you do Flowdesk email templates inside of Coffee and Contracts?
We do. Yeah. We give a template.
I told you to get in there. So
I'm in there all the time and I did not know this.
Yeah. So it's in the monthly newsletter. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
We have some more coming too with weekly emails. So.
Okay, perfect. And then my other question is, are you noticing, are you having any trouble in the last 6 months with Flowdesk and deliverability?
I personally have not, but I have seen it, and I'm also like in Flowdesk's community a lot, so I see other people talking about it. That is a thing, and that's why I brought it up. The most important thing you can do is verify your domain. As a sender, that definitely helps, and making sure that your emails aren't ending up in spam. When somebody joins your list, asking them to add you to your contacts, like there's some manual things you can do to improve that if you run into it. But I have to say, I feel like that's a risk with any email platform, especially as like email marketing rules are changing a lot in the past couple of years. They're putting more regulations on promoting to people in email. It could be an issue really with any platform. And I brought it up actually because Lofty has the same issue.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Alyssa, actually, we have no shortage of questions. We have three or four.
We have a lot of time.
So I'll jump. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to jump back. I'll get the ones in the chat and then the ones online. But really quick too, I just want to ask a question, because I think some of us as agents, a lot of us as agents are starting to have multiple businesses. And I think one of the things Kristen and I noticed is that we each had a flow desk. And then, we obviously built Moms in Real Estate together. And so one of the things we're thinking too is like, hey, it's probably worth having multiple flow desks. Because of the fact that you have different lists that you're sending to, and it does impact how things are received. So if somebody, even me, like I have my production team, and then I have my agent business, and then we have Moms in Real Estate, and then Kristen's business. So do you feel like that is also something that's valuable to do, and make sure that, you don't have like one audience that's maybe not as engaged, that's maybe, higher in volume, pulling down like a hyper local type audience?
Yeah. And actually, you brought me another thought on how you can improve your deliverability. So I'll answer that second. But while I'm thinking of it, if you consistently scrub your list, like if you look at, that's another thing you can do with a more in-depth platform like Flowdesk. And we're kind of getting into the weeds of more advanced stuff here once you like get into email marketing, but keep it in your mind, in the back of your mind for once you get going with it. Because once you get into these lead magnets, you're going to want to do more email marketing. Definitely go through who like hasn't opened an email in the last 6 months, people who are just not engaging at all, and remove them from your list. That helps keep it fresh, and that improves deliverability. As far as different segments, I feel like for me, I had a real estate list, and then I had like an agent marketing list. So I was marketing to buyers and sellers and to real estate agents as well. I was able to go pretty far with having like just separate segments. sometimes there was overlap, and I noticed that sometimes like agents were also opting into my real estate content. And I didn't mind that at all. I love sharing and all that. So it worked for me to just have different segments, and I wasn't sending the same content to everyone. I was very mindful about, like, I had a consistent agent newsletter and a consistent like local everyone else real estate focused newsletter. And then I even broke out my segments further than that, like buyers, sellers, just local. And the cool thing about Flowdesk is you can also create opt-in pages, like and have them check a box, like what type of content they want to get and or want to receive from you, and you can connect a specific list, like, or segment to those options. So you can get really detailed with your marketing if you want to go crazy with it.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, we definitely do. Okay, so real quick to jump back to some of our other questions. Giovanna is asking, do you set up the holiday guide as an auto reply on Instagram?
Yeah, so there's two thoughts on this. Yes, if you want to make it low lift and you want to one and done it completely, you're really busy, or maybe you plan on like putting your phone down during the holidays, definitely set up an automation. But there is some benefit into writing personal comments to people. Like, so let me back up a little bit. So, for example, when you say like comment holiday, and I'll DM you my guide, you have a couple options in the way you can set that up. You can set it up through ManyChat to automatically DM the guide and then leave a comment to the user, like replying to the word holiday, saying it's in your DMs or whatever you want to say. Otherwise, you can write personalized comments, and there is an argument that Instagram really loves when you do that and use like not too much automation and you're actually leaving like personalized messages. So there's a couple different ways to set it up. My opinion is honestly like done is better than perfect, especially if you're new at this. So I would just get it set up however it works best for you initially. And then you can kind of like, if you want to get crazy with it, you can start like A/B testing different posts, manually commenting. I do like going through and seeing who has opted into like receiving a lead magnet, like who's commented. And I like sending a personalized follow-up DM. ManyChat can get really wild. Like you can set up so many automated messages, but I really think what's special about what we do is relationship building and that human touch. So I really love to go back through like to everyone who engages with my comment and send or my content and send like a personal message and say, hey, how'd you like this? Like a couple days later or something like that.
Yeah, that's so good. Okay, so we have, okay, perfect. I love that. So sorry, I'm trying to follow which one to answer first. I feel bad. We won't get to everybody's, but here's the great news, guys. Coffee and Contracts isn't going anywhere. And like Alyssa said, they have a community too. So if we miss it, be sure to, use the offer, sign up, and then get in that community and ask the questions. But can it set up for automation through what? I didn't catch what you said. So I think they were just asking what you had just said about automation.
So ManyChat is basically the tool that integrates with Instagram and now newly TikTok, which is very big news. So if you build on that. Yeah, like as of last week, it kind of shook the creator world because so far TikTok's been like a shop forward platform, and now digital creators that have like digital products and things like that are going to have a lot more leverage there. So you can set it up for Instagram or TikTok, and it'll just automatically send a DM to anyone who comments that specific word, however you want to set it up. But that's the service. There's another one that's really popular. Store also has an auto DM feature. I use that, but it doesn't do as much as ManyChat. Like ManyChat is on steroids.
I switched to Store, and I will tell you, my automations are insane sometimes. Like they go off at the wrong times.
Yeah.
And so I'll be in a conversation with somebody and an automation goes off and I'm like, no, it drives me nuts. I literally am thinking about going back to ManyChat.
Yeah, it's very basic and it is buggy. Like I have the same thing. And sometimes I agree. Like sometimes it feels embarrassing because I try to really be personal with everyone I know. And I never want to come across as like I'm just spitting offers at them all the time.
Right.
It does do that.
Okay, I think this one's a good one. How can team leaders use lead magnets to support agents at different stages without creating more work for the leader?
Like, do you mean the team leader kind of developing the infrastructure of the lead magnet and having the team individuals have their own, or could
A
you maybe
team
Yeah.
coffee and contracts account.
Yeah,
Well,
we do have a team account. That's a good
yeah,
point.
maybe that's a really good question. Can you tell us about that?
Having a team account?
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so basically it just gives it's basically like having multiple licenses to use the content and be able to access the platform if you have a team account. So you can get, depending on your team size, there's different tiers. But you can definitely get a team membership so everyone has the same access. If you're a team leader and you want to keep things like really consistent, you can also kind of take this approach when we deliver the content by month, usually like about a week before the new month. We drop all of so December's content is going to come out next week, and we'll have everything you need for December. And mind you, we also like in our post content, like we include all the promo stuff you need for these guides, so you don't have to come up with it. Like as far as like we include them in the posts with the call to action and all of that for you, so you don't even have to think about it. But if you were a team leader, you could take that December content, kind of edit it up as the basics, like with your team branding, maybe like what you recommend that they use. You could even create it in like a Canva folder, like ready to go for them. If you wanted to take that approach and make sure like the marketing is really consistent across every team member, but you still do need a team account because they need a license for every user to be able to post the content.
Okay, perfect. So I thought this one was a pretty good question. If I have 20 minutes a day to focus on marketing, what would you suggest I focus on? Well, they actually said, what would you suggest I focus on to move the needle with a lead magnet? So if they have 20 minutes a day.
Yeah, I would make sure to create a post about it in some capacity, and I'd mix it up, whether that day you do a Facebook group or you send an email about it or you do a reel or a post or you talk about it in stories. Like once a day, I would talk about it somewhere. And then I'd spend the rest of the time personally engaging with local accounts. So if I put a post up about that holiday guide, I want to draw people to my account to see it. So I would go and do some very like authentic manual engagement with other local accounts. That's what I would do.
Perfect. Okay, we'll take one more. How about this one? What's the best advice for agents who want to stand out and not look like other agents posting the same thing, especially when working from templates?
Know your brand voice and come to our trainings, because that's what we talk about. Like we really help you develop, and this is like a new feature of our membership. We have some sort of weekly training now, and then we also have like a weekly kind of like, it's sort of like a brain dump call where you could just come in with any pain point and we'll talk about it and we'll workshop it. But we really heavily talk about developing your personal brand and knowing your voice. We also have tools like within our membership that you can plug in things about yourself and your brand to like automatically customize our captions so they really look, feel, and sound like you.
Yeah,
So
I feel like I feel like people say that a lot, and I'm like you have to remember too, like we're following a lot of agents. Buyers and sellers in your local market are not following a ton of agents. So the chance of you having the same content as somebody else, especially when you get into like your brand voice and your personalized photos and everything, is like it's not going to happen.
Yeah, layer that on with like the way that, people actually consume content on social, and it's going to further plummet the odds of that happening. So I love this. Well, Alyssa, thank you so much for being here with us today. This was hugely valuable. And again, whether you're watching this live or you're watching the replay, you'll want to take advantage of that exclusive holiday free guide, and then definitely use our code, which we will also send out an email recap of this with our code, so that you can get signed up with Coffee and Contracts. You could take the next 30 days to get implemented, learn the back end, and then kick off 2026 with your strongest marketing yet. So thanks, friend. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye,
This was
Alyssa. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Have a wonderful day, ladies.